And more on our lineup tonight. I bet you will join us. After all, the taste of the pudding is in the eating. I am Fatima Umaruba, and this is News Extra. I welcome you. You can follow this news broadcast live on our website, nta.ng/live, and on YouTube channel, NTA News Online. You can also visit our Twitter handle at NTA News Now, and Facebook page, NTA Network News, and Instagram, NTA Network, for updates. And we begin. All is now set for the 6th EU-African Union Summit beginning on Thursday in Belgium. Consequently, President Muhammadu Buhari has held a strategic meeting with key members of his delegation towards ensuring that Nigeria drives maximum benefits from the summit. State House correspondent Adam Sambo has the details.
The summit, expected to last 2 days, will present a unique opportunity to lay the foundations for a renewed and deeper AU-EU partnership with the highest political involvement based on trust and a clear understanding of mutual interest. African and European leaders are expected to discuss how both continents can build greater prosperity. The aim is to launch an ambitious Africa-Europe investment package taking into account global challenges such as climate change and the current health crisis. This meeting, summoned by President Muhammadu Buhari, is to decide Nigeria's position and strategies as well as areas of interest at the summit.
This president is going to focus on the roundtable on peace, security and governance. That's obviously a very important area for us. We need EU support and assistance with funding. The African Union, for instance, has a peace fund. ECOWAS has anti-insurgency fund, and where we want $1 billion, and of course we're having some issues with governance. We heard today that France, for instance, is pulling out of Mali. So we need to engage with the EU to really support across the board all the efforts and strategies that we as a continent, and also at the sub-regional level, ECOWAS, and at the national level, Nigeria, have in place for security challenges and for peace building.
Nigeria's interest is to have a stronger health system, not only in delivery, but also in preparedness and in capacity to manufacture and be more self-sufficient. We are asking for capacity to manufacture vaccines, to improve the basis for pharmaceuticals and local production of pharmaceuticals and even medical devices, so that we can be more self-sufficient. And also even commodities that we are using, like the masks we are wearing now, we don't necessarily want all of them to be imported, because in times of crisis it's difficult to be able to get your hand on personal protective equipment. So the opportunity of this outbreak is to strengthen your health system, the system itself, and also the industrial base that supports the health system.
Nigeria's interest is for us to get funding to be able to back our climate adaptation and mitigation measures. And if you recall, Nigeria and Africa included, we are not the greatest emitters. So it's a question of emitter pays. Is the industrialized world that has brought the climate crisis to this level. And we've been partnering with the EU, not only in climate change, but also in biodiversity conservation. Because climate change, dealing with climate change on one hand, and also dealing with biodiversity loss on the other hand.
Discussions also centered on the series of bilateral engagements to be held between President Muhammadu Buhari and other world leaders.
Considering our size as the largest economy, as also the most populous country on Africa, decisions taken on Africa certainly demands that Nigeria should be on the table, at least to present her case and then ensure that we are able to advance our interests. Mr. President is going to have a bilateral with the EU Commission President, and we expect that after that meeting there will be some good news for the country. We're going to have some announcements and investments from the EU on certain areas, infrastructure, health, education. And then we also expect that we are also going to deepen relations with the European Union on a number of issues.
This is the first time in about 10 years a sitting president of Nigeria is visiting Brussels, headquarters of the European Union. From Belgium, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
Inasmuch as the country is making efforts to clear the Nigerian cyberspace of irregularities, there is also the commitment not to leave the space void. To this end, a new national plan has been approved by the Federal Executive Council, which will enable more Nigerians participate in the cyberspace and also separate government business from private dealings. The Federal Executive Council also approved the award of contract by National Examinations Council for the printing of sensitive, non-sensitive and other equipment for the Senior School Certificate Examination, while the Ministry of Transportation also got approval for the purchase of consumables for the maintenance and operations of the new railway projects corridor. State House correspondent Gideon Ifade has the report.
Minister of Communications and Digital Economy has been speaking on a new national policy and the second domain. This policy, as he says, is mandating public institutions, ministries, departments and agencies to migrate from using generic domain in their websites and emails to government second domain. Let's hear more from him.
We'll discover today some government institutions will engage in official communications using private email. Yahoo.com, Hotmail.com, Gmail.com, and it is of official communications. And someone may retire or will complete his tenure, or the tenure can be terminated, and he will go with the same email, and in that email there are many official documents. So this will not be tolerated by government anymore. Any official communications must be using official email, and that email should not be a generic one. It must be .government.ng. What is most important is .ng. That .ng is our national identity.
The minister also explains the benefits of the policy.
There are so many benefits of doing that. Number one, our national security. Two, national identity. Number three, global recognition.
Minister of Education Adamu briefs the press on the approval by the council the ministry received on behalf of the National Examinations Council, NECO.
The beneficiaries are 9 contractors, and the amount is 4,965,986,573 naira 89 kobo, and it will be completed in 8 weeks. And it is for the printing of sensitive, non-sensitive equipment and other ancillary equipment for the examination.
The minister also comments on the strike action embarked on by the Academic Staff Union of Universities.
Certainly, we are going to reach agreement, and it will be very soon.
Or to procure rolling stocks for the operation and maintenance, rolling stocks, operation and maintenance equipment for the new railway project corridors in Ibadan to Kano, standard gauge, and Port Harcourt to Maiduguri narrow gauge rail lines to the tune of 2.810, 574, 064.92, including 7.5% tax. Dollars, not naira, dollars.
Vice President Yemi Osinbajo presided over the meeting, virtually joined by some of the ministers in line with COVID-19 protocol. In the State House, Jide Onifade, NTA News.
In the meantime, Group Managing Director of the NNPC Limited, Mele Kyari, has suggested the review of standards and specifications involved in the Nigeria's premium motor spirit importation. This was at the investigative hearing on the current fuel scarcity by the House Committee on Petroleum Downstream. National Assembly correspondent Abdullahi Aminu has that.
Nigeria did not experience fuel scarcity for a while until recently, and this sitting is seeking explanations. Group Managing Director NNPC Mele Kari offers that by informing members of the House of Representatives that the shortage is as a result of the regulation of methanol found in the currently imported premium motor spirit.
Our inspecting agents on the 20th of January, to be precise, call our attention to the fact that they are seeing a emulsification in some of the depots and that this may be a cause of concern. That is how we went ahead to check all the deliveries that are in our hands from all the 4 vessels that came in that have already discharged, and to confirm that all of them contain methanol.
Quoting an expert's report, the GMD said the unregulated amount of the chemical in the said fuel could result in a spike of pressure and lead to structural failure or even explosion.
The shortages that you will see is because we have to stop the distribution of those products, inject new products, isolate the ones that we can utilize.
The task ahead of this investigation is challenging and critical to examine the lessons, preparing solutions, and way forward.
The NNPC and the House of Representatives Committee have assured commitment to ensuring adequate supply of the commodity in compliance with the operational laws of the country. From the National Assembly, Abdullahi Aminu, NTA News.
Now, those aspiring for Nigeria's next president will have to work hard, as a 102-year-old woman is ready to give them a run for their money. The aspirant, Ambassador Iyom Nonye Josephine, spoke of her intention when she visited the management team of the NTA. Adebola Brixlin was there.
She is 102-year-old. They call her a living legend. She's also known as Mama Africa, an indigene of Agwata local government area of Anambra State. In company of some members of the Voice for Senior Citizens of Nigeria, Mama Ezeanyechi becomes the oldest visitor of NTA's management team in recent time.
I would like to invite the
President of the association, Dr. Karo Unwosu, told the gathering that the founder of the humanitarian organization, Mama Africa, has set up various groups abroad, which include Nigerian in Diaspora Organization, Egbeomo Yoruba, Zumunta, and World Igbo Congress. The living legend who spoke through the president said she is ready to contest for the position of president of the largest country in Africa if the younger generation are not ready.
If Nigerians are shying away from the political participation, she says she is ready to set the pace to contest.
Lolo Iyom Nonye Josephine Ezeanyechi acknowledged balanced reportage style of the NTA.
National interest, professionalism, accuracy.
Mama Africa has received many awards for her selfless services and contributions to humanity and nation building, including the prestigious African Peace Award 2021.
If you have a male child or a female child, try to train your children to be able to surpass your own achievements.
The Director General, Yakubu Ibn Muhammad, tapped the grace of longevity and good health of the ambassador.
Mama is a patriot, Mama is a nationalist, Mama is an activist, Mama is a tribalized Nigeria, and Mama is fighting for almost everybody here.
Described as an advocate of a better Nigeria, Dr. Karo Nwosu said, Mama Africa is indeed ready to lead the nation.
She already prepared every manifesto for herself. You will see her in the near future, if the good ones don't come out to contest. And she meant it. She really feel that the country, the people of Nigeria, that she knew, something have changed.
The living legend is now one of people who have indicated interest to vie for the #1 position in Nigeria come 2023. Adebola Brooksland, NTA News.
Sure, Mama, Africa is a living legend. Nice one. The Senate is to investigate 400 billion naira National Primary Health Center project initiated in 2006 but abandoned. National Assembly correspondent Dayo Ogunshola reports that Wednesday plenary also confirmed some statutory appointments.
This motion by Senator Oloriegbe seeking to know the status of the project funds and progress in all local government areas whose monies were said to have been deducted from the excess crude account but allegedly abandoned enjoyed the support of senators.
Top that many or some of these projects were commenced and abandoned at various stages, while the majority of them were never started, despite the huge sum of money released to all subcontractors.
At inception, the construction of these primary health centers was a major thing for the country, and it would have helped our health care center and supported whatever fragile healthcare system we had in the past.
99 has amended, has given us this power to inquire, to ask questions and find solutions to it. So with this, I want to support this effort.
Carry out evaluation of the consultant, contractor, and subcontractors that participated in the project. 4, carry out a schedule of dilapidation on the projects. And 5, recommend ways of completing the projects nationwide. So those in favor of the prayer as amended, say aye. Those against, say nay.
The bill for the establishment of Federal University of Agriculture in Enugu State and the one for the establishment of Federal College of Crop Science and Food Technology, Lere, Kaduna State, were passed at plenary.
The University of Agriculture, Enugu State, for other matters connected there with 2022 third reading taken, and the bill is passed.
A bill for an act to amend Association of National Accountants of Nigeria passed second reading. Senate confirmed the appointment of Mrs. Emily Chidima Osuji as Executive Director, Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation, just like 4 commissioners nominee for the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission. Another 5 presidential nominees were equally confirmed as commissioners for the National Population Commission. At Wednesday's plenary, President Muhammadu Buhari's letter seeking the confirmation of appointment of Mr. Olubenga Adeyanju, retired AIG from Ekiti State, representing Southwest as commissioner in the ICPC, was read as a replacement to the initial nominee, and the Senate has adjourned to Tuesday next week. From the National Assembly, Dayo Ogunshola, NTA News.
And preparatory to the 5th Amendment of Nigeria's Constitution in 2 weeks' time, the House of Representatives has test-run the electronic voting system, having chosen to adopt it for voting when considering the bills. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali reports.
Please say aye. The ayes or nays have it, and the hit of the gavel often signals finality of decisions in Parliament. But sensitive and important exercises, such as the Constitution Review, requires more accuracy and credibility, which informs the decision of the House of Representatives to adopt electronic voting as it conducts such in few days' time. A test run was done at plenary this Wednesday.
One of the essential ingredients of that constitutional democracy is to be able to determine for the people back home that we represent whether we're protecting their interest or we're voting in their interest or not. So the voting, electronic voting, is not just about the numbers, it's about the record and the pattern of voting.
3 bills, one containing comprehensive provisions for the prohibition and punishment of sexual harassment of students by educators and other persons in and out of tertiary educational institutions, were read for the 3rd time. 4 others, including a bill to establish Federal University of Agriculture, Umerum, Anambra State, sponsored by Vincent Ofumelu, passed 2nd reading. A motion to investigate leakage and cancellation of exam papers by the West African Examination Council from Benjamin Kalu was adopted.
The reasons do not warrant cancellation of an examination of such magnitude, and such repeated cancellations are indicative of ineptitude on the part of examining body.
In terms of being honorable,
get their F9 and go with honor, it's much better. You have an A1 that you cannot defend. I agree we should investigate and find reasons for this action, but the House shouldn't tolerate. It's just the words that were used here. They should not tolerate, and we should not tolerate.
The House resolved to investigate the state of custodial centers in the country as raised by the minority leader.
Despite the art and increase in budgetary allocations to the Nigerian Correctional Service to drive its renewed mandate, the tempo and quality of service have remained the same, if not retrogressing.
Two motions on the aviation sector, one seeking expansion of major airports from Duze Nwankwo and the other from Karu Simon Elisha, calling for investigation into activities of operators, were adopted.
Recently, most Nigerian airports have become congested due to several factors, which include more persons choosing air travel, inadequate and malfunctioning X-ray machines, multiple checks for security, and COVID-19 protocols.
Nigerian consumers continue to be exploited by local airline operators, making it imperative for the House to extend its oversight to the aviation industry, particularly on the exorbitant charges by airline operators in Nigeria.
Relevant committees have been mandated to investigate. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
With the federal government's approval of a 30-year concession for the Onitsha River Port, hope has risen within the business community that the terminal will soon come to life. Uchenna Nwekoyu reports.
Established in 1983, the Onitsha River Port has remained underutilized 39 years after. In 2012, the federal government rehabilitated the port and replaced obsolete equipment with modern facilities, yet not much has happened to make it viable. Recently, the Federal Executive Council approved its concession for 30 years.
The next line of action is takeover of the operation of the port by the terminal operator. And once the operation is being taken over, we attract a lot of investors. Investors from far and wide. And with these investors, a lot of business will spring up. And as far as Onitsha is concerned, it's tagged as the largest commercial hub in the whole of West Africa. It's a business environment, and the market is here.
There is an array of hope within the Onitsha business community that with this bold step the federal government has taken, business activities will resume in full swing in this port, leading to massive employment.
It's good government has taken the bold step. If you look at the River Niger now, you'll find that even the second Niger bridge is advanced in completion. And these are good things that are coming down to Onitsha. Onitsha will once again bounce back to its full commercial state.
Removing it from the government will enhance improvement, and it will be of big benefit to traders. Personally, I don't anticipate failure from them because it is business. And being engaged in business, you need to devote your time, devote your everything you have to make it work.
There's going to be an exchange of ideas and business activities that will promote commerce in a very high level.
Stakeholders are optimistic that with the port now in the hands of the private sector, it will begin to yield the expected revenue and in turn contribute to the nation's economy. In Onitsha, Uchenna Nwekoyu, NTA News.
With the aim of ensuring a smooth and efficient dispensation of justice, as well as to strengthen the synergy between the police and the judiciary as key players in the criminal justice system of the nation, the Inspector General of Police, Usman Alkali Baba, and members of the force management team paid a courtesy visit to the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Ibrahim Tanko Muhammad. In a statement, the IGP equally sought the collaboration of the CJN in accrediting the legal department of Nigeria in the Nigerian Force Academy, Wudil, Kano State, to enable its graduates proceed for further studies at the Nigerian Law School. The IGP emphasized that this will ensure the police have more lawyers within its pool to strengthen its prosecutorial duties and hopefully produce more senior advocates of Nigeria SAN in the future. The CJN appreciated the visit, which was the first of its kind ever by a sitting IGP. The CJNO, however, commended the IGP for his thoughtfulness and expressed readiness to continually partner with the Nigeria Police Force for seamless justice administration. Our first break beckons, but before then, let me just ask you this question. Are you a health freak like I am, especially when it comes to doing more of vegetables and less meat and dairies? Then you just have to be part of the next segment of News Extra for a peep at where vegetable is abundant with or without rainfall. Join us again for interesting doses of stories around health and agriculture.
Not too much berekete. Glow Plus is here. Existing Glow customers will get 400% bonus on every recharge and 100 MB data bonus on first recharge of the month. New Glow customers will get 1,000 Naira welcome bonus. To activate, buy a new Glow SIM today or dial *777# for existing Glow customers.
Dr. Abdulaziz Yari is a unifier. As chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum, he united the factions, irrespective of party affiliation. He engineered an understanding between the president and opposition governors for good governance of our country. As a member of the Democratic People's Movement, DPM, in 1995, Yari sacrificed his personal ambitions for the party. And as pioneer member of the All People's Party APP, Abdulaziz Yari helped it win the governorship election in Zamfara State in 1999. From being party secretary to being party chairman in Zamfara State, Yari oversaw constant victories for the APP-ANPP before becoming a federal legislator in 2007. As a member of the All Progressives Congress from inception and a party loyalist to the core, Dr. Abdulaziz Yari is the bridge builder for this season. Let's unite our party for the battles ahead. Let's choose Yari, a leader we can trust. Dr. Abdulaziz Yari Abubakar, charting a new course for the All Progressives Congress.
Distinguished candidates, registration for UTME and DE into Nigerian tertiary institutions begins February 19 to March 26, 2022. Each candidate must create a profile using only one mobile phone number. To generate the profile code, simply send your NIN by SMS text to 55019 or 68019. A profile code of 10 characters and IBANS alert is received by the candidate for pre-registration checking. The profile code is presented to purchase the UTME and DE e-PIN. Registration fee is 3,500 Naira for DE/UTME form, 500 Naira for reading text, and 700 Naira for CBT center charges. No other payment is required. Multiple registrations are not allowed. You can upgrade your UTME to DE at no cost. DE and UTME close same day, and there will be no date extension.
JAM, enhancing academic excellence. If I buy this bully, now trekking be my portion. Wait, people like say they happen for there. No darling, after all of us now visitor. Oh boy, now me the one place the 7 times a woof. Bros don't get 5 times a woof. And this I don't collect 6 times a woof. This one now woof everywhere you go.
Whether you be new or old MTN customer, store up a woof with the boss spray everywhere you go.
Bobby, make una show.
With great pomp and fanfare, we announce the turbaning of the new Tafida of Ilorin. No doubt, Ilorin Emirate is greatly blessed in all ramifications. Great personalities, a rich cultural heritage, and boundless prosperity. Little wonder, the Emirate continues to soar. On behalf of His Royal Highness, the Maktaba, Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Zulu Gambari, CFR, the Emir of Ilorin, we invite the general public to the turbaning of the new Tafida Ilori, Alhaji Kaubara JCON, coming up on Friday, 18th 10th of February 2022 at the Emir's Palace. Time 10 a.m. prompt. Let us come out en masse to honor a true son of the Emirates as we give our guests from all over the world a befitting Emirate welcome. The new Tafida Turbaning Ceremony Committee. Announcer.
What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Millions of Nigerians have received COVID-19 vaccine. I have taken my own. What about you? We have taken our own. What about you? I am strong and healthy. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? We are strong and healthy. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Go get, go get, go get, go and get your job. The hospitals, churches, and the mosques. Go and get your job. Health centers, hurry up now, don't be late. Go and get your job. Bye-bye, Corona. Bye-bye, Corona. This message is brought to you by the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, NPHCDA. My whole team winning. I just show myself, but my whole team winning.
Get data unlimited to experience Dance Unlimited on Glow TV. Watch Battle of the Year and other amazing TV content with Glow TV data plans that will make you dance. Dial *777# to choose the right data plan for you.
Great to have you back. You can follow this news broadcast live on our website, nta.ng/live, and on YouTube channel, NTA News Online. You can also visit our Twitter handle at NTA News Now, Facebook page, NTA Network News, and Instagram, NTA Network, for updates. The federal government says it will no longer tolerate the distortion of the National Sugar Master Plan as the country seeks to attain self-sufficiency. Liakatin Babatunde reports that the presidential directive was handed over by the Executive Secretary, National Sugar Development Council, Zach Adidiji, at a meeting with partner ministries, departments and agencies as well as stakeholders in Abuja.
Operationalization of AFTA will start counting after 10 years. We're supposed to liberalize, and when you liberalize, it means these items should come into Nigeria from other African member states at zero duty rate. So what happens if we're not self-sufficient then? And if the BIP program is not strong enough?
A major concern for policymakers in the wake of the continental market liberalization process known as the AFCFTA. The meeting here seeks to, among other things, secure recommitment to backward integration.
The President has requested that before the end of this first quarter, we should submit all the BIP action plan. That is verifiable, that is auditable.
It was also an opportunity to present the 2022 presidential approval for raw sugar quote amid efforts to ensure Nigeria is self-sufficient.
If audit is conducted, then everything will come out, and rather it will help the operators to identify the area of the focus.
Our hands will be put on fire to ensure that there is strict compliance. Otherwise, we may sit here in 5 years' time, 10 years' time, and be repeating this same kind of situation.
The backward integration is a deliberate strategic policy of the government aimed at conserving foreign exchange, boosting local capacity, creating jobs, enhancing skill acquisition, and ensuring that less emphasis is placed on imported raw materials. In Abuja, Liakatin Babatunde, NTA News.
Soil management remains critical and essential component in farming, especially in crop production. It is in the light of this that the Federal Ministry of Agriculture established geographic information system laboratories for soil testing and mapping for sustainable agricultural production. Musa Aliu has that.
Tilting the soil is one of the techniques being adopted by farmers for better yield, and this is done manually or mechanically. The healthier the soil, the more fertile it becomes, and scientists believe that getting a soil tested before planting is paramount.
And that's what most farmers need in terms of information.
It is in the light of this that the Federal Ministry of Agriculture established this soil testing laboratory and geographic information system in Abuja.
Gaps have been identified in the way we manage our soils, which is affecting fertilizer usage and land use planning in the country. The ministry is determined to bridge the gaps, which was why the fourth National Soil Laboratory has just been established here in the city of Abuja.
Facilities here include reference centers for research, soil management, fertilizer application, mapping, and crop identification as it relates to location.
These laboratories are part of the effort being made by government to deploy modern technologies that are necessary for effective management of Nigeria's soil resources.
We are determined to follow internationally accepted protocol in doing this and to use the latest equipment that are available in the market.
This is the fourth National Soil Laboratory established by the Ministry of Agriculture. Musa Aliyu, NTA News.
Thank you, Musa. Let's head to Kaduna now. If you love and you take a lot of vegetables, we hear you are in for a healthy living. The only challenge could be availability of healthy ones. But in Kaduna State, there is an assurance of supply from agricultural value chain producers who are also boosting the economy of dry season irrigation farming. Hamza Musa Makarfi reports from one of the hubs in Kaduna State.
This unique-looking cabbage may reach the market anytime soon. They are Royal and Oslo varieties, an indication farmers are embracing changes to improve quality and income. There are also exotic varieties including garden beet, cauliflower for the market. Finding shows in 2020, vegetables primary production for Nigeria was about 60 million tons. Beyond being a popular route for travelers to Katsina State, Hunkwi is worth the name home of vegetables production. It is a daily routine. Truckloads convey cabbage and other vegetable varieties to popular destinations across Nigeria. Nothing for the cow is wasted. Farmers also take care of local demand by middlemen to make profit. More plowing for another round of vegetables farming. Owner Umar Dikko Hunkui says farmers like him have responded to call by government to grow what the nation needs to feed itself. He raises concern about high cost of inputs. Suraj Abdullahi and others, while thanking God for blessings, want more friendly policies to promote vegetables cultivation. Hunkui Dam supplies water to the area.
The dam is gradually drying up and stakeholders are talking about it.
Nigeria is reported to have more than 30 traditional vegetable varieties, providing high income and impact on food security. Hamza Makarfi, NTA News.
Indeed, Hamza, Nigeria is blessed. And when you watch reports like this, you just want to be a vegetarian. To ensure inclusiveness in the implementation of its health care schemes, Yobe State government is strategically engaging clerics preparatory to the take-off of the second phase of its health care program that is now targeting prospective beneficiaries from the non-formal sector. Eunice Lima reports.
Less than 10% of Yobe population is enrolled in the formal Basic Healthcare Provision Fund and equity programs designed to provide people access to quality healthcare services. The concern to expand these services to cover more beneficiaries necessitated the introduction of a new program that is targeting people from the non-formal sector of the economy for the attainment of universal health coverage by the year 2030. To achieve this, the Yobe State Contributory Healthcare Management Agency is engaging Islamic clerics across the state to intimate them about the initiative as well as other services of the agency with a view to educating their followers on some of the benefits associated with the healthcare insurance scheme.
As part of the strategic plan of the agency, we inshallah hope to achieve
80% of total coverage or enrollment, inshallah, before the end of 2023.
The enrollment exercise will start in March. From January to February up to first week of March, we will be engaging different group of people, especially to set out an implementation framework.
As strategic partners in the implementation of various government policies and programs, some of the scholars who viewed the healthcare insurance scheme from the Islamic perspective say the initiative is permissible in the Islamic jurisprudence as it bridges the gap between the haves and the have-nots in the society. So far, more than 200,000 people, comprising civil servants and indigents among others, are benefiting from the different services under the healthcare contributory scheme in Yobe State. In Damaturu, Yunusa Suleiman, NTA News.
From Damaturu, let's head to Ado-Ekiti. Teaching adolescent girls about reproductive health and the importance of menstrual hygiene for a safe and healthy living will empower and protect their future. A core member, Janet Isesele, is spearheading this initiative in Ado-Ekiti through practical measures at a program tagged Empower Girl Child in Ekiti State. Tayo also reports.
Schools have closed for today's academic work, and adolescent girls head for home full of life. Experts say adolescent girls in Nigeria experience a high burden as they grow up, critical among which is their sexual and reproductive health. Medical experts point to high degree of sexually transmitted diseases, sexual abuse, teenage pregnancy, and poor management of menstrual hygiene leading to infections.
It is a necessary thing in our society that we must. There are some things that we need to teach our girls so that they won't go beyond where they are supposed to go, so that they will have enough knowledge about themselves.
Meet Ms. Janet Isesele, a Batch A core member serving in Ekiti State. Isesele has taken it as a duty to empower secondary school girls in Ekiti State on how to make reusable sanitary pads as well as enlighten them on reproductive health.
And this reusable sanitary pad is very hygienic, and it has been recommended by the UNICEF and the WHO. Advantages are so numerous, particularly for young girls. It will help them be able to be dependent, not going after boys to get money to buy pad because their parents cannot afford it.
Over 100 girls were trained by health workers, counselors, educationists, and parents at the forum.
The advantages to me is like you can use it twice. Like when you remove the pads, you wash it like up to 4 times when the water is no more colored.
I think how to take care of your private parts when doing menstruation.
The man and woman sees the male child as a preferred child, then they are creating problem already, because such a child will suffer a lot of psychological trauma, neglect, and low self-esteem.
The councillor suggested that the program should be replicated across the state. In Ado-Ekiti, Tayo Osho, NTA News.
In another development, the Borno State government says it will collaborate with the federal government and other development partners to fast-track the return of Nigerian Arabic language village to its permanent site in Ngala, headquarters of Gamborungala, local government area of Borno State. Governor Babagana Umar Zulum said this when he visited the permanent site of the institution now housing internally displaced persons in Ngala town for on-the-spot assessment of structures within the institution. Mohammed Goni reports.
Just like other public structures and municipal buildings destroyed, the permanent site of Nigerian Arabic language village in Ngala was also overrun by the insurgents, compelling the institution to relocate to Maiduguri in 2014. The premises of the institution currently houses IDPs camps being managed by international non-governmental organizations and government. Governor Babagana Umara said he was in the school as a result of the commitment shown by the current leadership of the institution to return to its permanent location. He added that a team will be set up comprising officials of the state government and that of the institution to assess damages with a view to rebuilding it.
We are also here to examine the status of the Nigerian Arabic village. We have also examined, and then we shall see how, with the collaboration of the federal government, to look into the possibility of re-establishing this very important federal school.
The governor, who expressed the need for short, medium and longer-term sustainable solution to the challenges confronting the institution. Also noted that relocation of IDPs occupying the premises of the school to alternative places has to be gradual, adding that their presence will not hinder the return of the school. Professor Zilim pledged to contact Federal Ministry of Education, NEDC, and other partners to rebuild the structures in the institution. Director, Nigerian Arabic Language Village, Professor Ibrahim Mohammed, appreciated Governor Zilim's continued support and appealed to the governor to take up the issue of the village with the appropriate authorities, in addition to support from the state government. In a related development, Governor Zilim has assured officers and men of customs and immigration services in Gamboro of the state government's commitment to rebuild structures within their barracks through the Ministry of Reconstruction, Rehabilitation and Resettlement using regional stabilization facilities. This was during inspection visit to the two barracks, where he was briefed by the officers in charge on the challenges being faced and appealed for intervention. The governor also inspected proposed sites for construction of High Islamic College and shopping complex in Gamboru town as part of efforts to urbanize border communities to enhance socio-economic activities. In Maiduguri, Mahmoud Goni, NTA News.
Thank you, Mohammed. What is going on with the price of cooking gas? $1 million question begging for answers. Quite inspiring. Stay with us for these and more right after this break.
Part of your waking up and going out is your desire to succeed. This keeps you awake, running through your mind, even when bathing. At Badmate, we understand and remain your partners in providing you durable furniture that helps you work better and introduces you as a person of good taste. That's why from 13 January to 20 February 2022, you can own items in a Sophia Office series at incredible discounts of 20% off with amazing gifts too. Hurry now to our showrooms to enjoy this limited offer like many others needing high-performance work tools to success.
I dey look for pension fund administrator. We soft, make sense, we care for me. Shy. No be the type when story go enter the matter when it's time to deliver. Oh no. The brand is sure them no go stress you. Call them then they accessible. Yes, customer care where they on point. No go regret when you try, of course. Investment, everything is just a blend. If you don't want it good for you, guy, make you choose premium pension today. Make that switch to premium pension. Premium pension. Make that switch to premium pension.
Join over 700,000 satisfied members and enjoy the premium experience at our offices across the 36 states in Nigeria, including the FCT. Call 094615-700-704 to make the switch today. Premium pension. Active today, premium tomorrow.
To the right. Bila, you go to the left. Just gotta do it.
Thank you for the rejections. That taught me to keep striving. Thank you for the long hours. That taught me discipline. Thank you for the knockdowns. That taught me to bounce back. For the unexpected victories that taught me to never give up.
Please welcome Dr. GC.
Thank you for making me who I am.
Does your toothpaste give you complete fresh protection? New Close-Up Toothpaste Complete Fresh Protection takes care of your 5 important oral care needs. It gives you strong teeth, prevents tooth holes, cleans deeply, fights bacteria, and gives you fresh breath. Complete fresh protection from Close-Up.
100 million naira up for grabs with your favorite Indomie noodles in the all-new I Love My Indomie promo. Grab an I Love My Indomie promo pack. Look inside the pack for a unique letter and collect all 14 letters, including the special heart, to form I Love My Indomie. Send a picture of your collection to our WhatsApp number to redeem your instant cash prize of 100,000 naira. So hurry and grab your favorite Indomie noodles now. Offer valid in selected cities only till March 31st, 2022. Indomie noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
Scenery. There is no doubt about it. Trees and other plants are so admirable, and they produce productive farmlands and water. Imagine this colossal damage. No lands, lakes are gone, houses wash away. Migration is imminent. All this as a result of desertification. We must fight desertification by planting more and more trees to save our lands and restore the glory of our agriculture. These will ensure a sustainable food sufficiency, adequate flow of water, and peace of mind. This message is from the National Agency for Great Green Wall.
Coming off a tough road victory, the Reds will face another relegation-threatened team, this time at Anfield. This Saturday, it's Liverpool versus Norwich City on the Premier League Live, showing on the network service of the NTA from 3:30 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Baba Ijebu and powered by Integral.
Thanks for staying. First Lady of Nigeria, Aisha Buhari, has encouraged Nigerian women to strive hard towards contributing their quota in every facet of human endeavour in order to enhance national development. The First Lady stated this when she visited the Nigerian pavilion at the ongoing Expo 2020 in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. State House correspondent Aliu Kabir reports.
With the commencement of the activities of the Expo 2020 currently taking place in Dubai in the United Arab Emirates barely 3 months ago, the event has provided the opportunity to unlock in the potentialities for women to raise global awareness and to inspire people from all generations to make a difference within their community and the larger society. The delegation of the Nigerian women, led by the First Lady Aisha Muhammad Buhari, who attended the event, were conducted around various pavilions starting from Nigeria, where made in Nigerian goods and the rich cultural heritage of the country were showcased to the global community. They also visited other pavilions including the United Arab Emirates, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the People's Republic of China.
Taking into cognizance the need to improve a lot of women and children in Nigeria, the First Lady explained the reason why it is necessary for her to attend Dubai Expo 2020.
We're at the Expo 2020 in Dubai. We're in Nigerian pavilion, and what I've seen so far is very impressive. It now shows and justifies to me that Nigeria is moving from oil to agriculture. Our products are natural, organic, and it can be used anytime.
She also explained what Nigerian women will benefit from the visit.
From what I've seen here, most of the products were produced by women locally. That is, it started from fair trade, like shea butter, up to whiter skin. And it will elevate the suffering of women, and it will boost the economy of women, and it will make them to be self-reliant.
I'm very happy that she is here because she could see what Nigeria was able to display and what potentials are there. Of course, she knows the potentials, but what we've been able to show. And I believe that it was an encouragement to the staff and also to the people who interacted with her here.
The First Lady is not alone in this mission. She was accompanied by the wives of the Nigerian governors from across the country.
It's quite educative, an eye-opener. You know, I will make sure that when I get back to Anambra State, I'm going to make the women, create that awareness so that we can begin to do things and probably find ourselves at the level of the United Arab Emirates.
And I believe women should be involved in research,
and technology, because women in the developed nations are doing a lot, and we need to encourage our women to do that too.
The expo, initiated by the United Arab Emirates, has the participation of over 190 countries from across the globe. It unveiled the virtues of digital experience and modern technology as a massive enabler. The First Lady was recognized by the officials of the People's Republic of China for her tireless efforts in serving humanity. In Dubai, United Arab Emirates, Aliu Kabir, NTA News.
Well, back home, the federal government's commitment towards lifting 10 million Nigerians out of poverty before the end of 2025 is gradually coming to fruition, with support from the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council in the country. This was further demonstrated at a one-day overview of performance reports for the Northwestern Zone in Dutse, organized by the Council and the Jigawa State Government. Mohammed Askira reports.
With a technical session where state-by-state ease of doing business indicators were presented in slides, the program highlights achievements, challenges and prospects of Nigeria's business environment as it affects the Northwest sub-region. Since the introduction of the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council in 2016, Nigeria has witnessed development through result-driven reforms across all sectors of the nation's economy. The special advisor to the President on ease of doing business, Dr. Jumoke Odowole, commended Jigawa State for keying into the development indicators used to measure the state's ease of doing business.
As a country, we are jointly targeting an enabling environment in which it is progressively easier to do business across all arms and levels of government, where policies are predictable and consistent with macroeconomic stability, and where the government acts as a partner to business and investment, not a competitor or adverse regulator.
And to successfully grow our economy and to successfully industrialize our state, we have to critically look at our ease of doing business. And locally, for us and for the country, the Vice President was mandated to chair the Ease of Doing Business Council. And they have started tremendous work, which was very easy for us to copy in the state.
With the Jigawa State Action Plan on ground, Governor Muhammadu Badru Abubakar further assures of taking Jigawa to the forefront in the ease of doing business in no distance time. The ultimate goal of this litigation is to x-ray the areas of strengths and weaknesses of the northwestern states and provide solutions in line with the government's efforts to provide conducive business environments for the overall socio-economic growth of the zone. From Dutse, Muhammad Askira, NTA.
The Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Professor Issa Ali Pantami, says the Katsina State National Talent Hunt Challenge is in line with the federal government's digital economy policy in producing potential job providers. The minister stated this at the prize presentation of the Talent Hunt. Awal Halili reports.
The Talent Hunt Challenge is a two-year project for talented youth in the state to showcase their potentials in science and technology innovation. More than 200 contestants participated in the program in the full category of the competition. At the end of the program, Abdul Hakim Bashir emerged overall winner and was rewarded with a Toyota Highlander Jeep in addition to 2 million naira cash for developing CCTV camera application, which he said will assist security agencies in addressing insecurity situation. Minister of Communication and Digital Economy Issa Ali Pantami says there is need to focus on progressive opportunities for the youth to contribute to the development of the country.
To focus more in identifying our brilliant minds, our young innovators within our communities, give them all the necessary support they need. With this, we will be able to create many more jobs.
Governor Aminu Bello Masari highlighted that the objective of the competition was to encourage innovation and develop the potentiality of the youth.
I wish to assure you that Katsina State Government will continue to support this program for the benefit of not only the people of Katsina State, but for the country as a whole. Similarly, I wish to call on all those that invented new technologies to come forward and showcase their talents for the development of Katsina State.
Best 3 contestants from the 4 categories of the competition were awarded with cash prizes, while 100 participants received cash reward of 100,000 naira each. Awal Halaru, NTA News.
And the incessant fluctuations on the price of cooking gas and instability in supply are becoming the 2 leading issues of concern for home and industrial users of liquefied natural gas in Nigeria. Veronica Emmanuel here examines the causes and effects of this instability and the way forward.
It may be one of the quickest modes of cooking and arguably one of the fastest ways to get food from the kitchen to the table. But Philemon Yakubu understands too well that it doesn't happen that way all the time.
I need to go and fill the gas again.
An exhausted gas cylinder at the least expected time is a common occurrence for frequent users, as Chubuke Umunakwe, a businessman, would readily attest to. It would seem that for most users, quick cooking with a cleaner LNG comes with the pain of frequent refill. The price of refilling a gas cylinder depends on the size, and prices have fluctuated in recent times.
The price was a little bit higher. I bought about 28,700 as of last year.
But after a seemingly extended upward spike in prices, there has been a drop, with users now able to purchase a 12.5 kg cylinder for 7,500 naira against 8,500 naira that it was sold for 3 months ago.
I feel a little happy, sure, but it's not that kind of enough happy, because the price you normally bought before is not what you bought it today. The price is still high.
I filled my gas today and I'm happy it went down, unlike before. Before it was pretty higher, so I have to fill it for 1.8 for half.
Price and frequency of usage are 2 critical factors always in the mind of the user. But more importantly, in the middle of those 2 elements is the consumer's appreciation that they are getting their money's worth at the gas refill depot. In some sense, Nigerians feel somewhat entitled to having cooking gas readily available at a far cheaper price. This is not unrelated to the fact that Nigeria is a gas-producing nation and has an enormous reserve of natural gas.
Liquefied gas offers clean energy, which is quick and efficient and has less destructive impact on the environment. But ensuring safety is another matter.
Cylinder is one of the most life-endangering products. The basic information you need to know about the cylinder is always there at the upper part of the cylinder. If you fill it with gas, confirm that there is no leakage, either from the regulator or the valve or anything, or any leakage around the cylinder. Find out from where it is leaking. The fact that it's even leaking means that it's dangerous for you to use in your home.
Hence the need for users to take precautionary measures. With increasing campaigns on safety, means and precautions for users of cooking gas, attention will continue to focus for a long time on pricing and a time when Nigerians would access to a cheaper and affordable cooking gas. In Abuja, Veronica Emmanuel, NTA News.
The Federal Road Safety Corps is working towards establishing special marshal unit in all academic institutions across the country for enhanced safe road culture. Corps Marshal Federal Road Safety Corps Boboye Oyeyemi said this at the inauguration of special marshals to complement efforts of the Corps at the University of Lagos. Len Leneke reports.
One mandate of the Federal Road Safety Corps is to prevent road crashes and make the road safer. To achieve this aim, the Federal Road Safety have continued to partner institutions, organizations, and individuals to advance road safety management and reduce road crashes on highways to the barest minimum. Latest is the partnership between the Corps and the University of Lagos for improved driving culture and enhanced transportation system within and around the university community. To match words with action, 31 special marshals who will serve as volunteers to complement the work of FRSC were decorated by the FRSC boss.
The way most of the drivers are driving is barbaric. We acknowledge the fact that some of the drivers, they are licensed, but the driving culture is very poor. So I've been assured that by next month, the driving school / drivers proficiency center will commence operation. So with that means drivers, it becomes a center that we can refer the drivers to be retrained.
Vice Chancellor of the university said UNILAG remains a model institution of excellence as it already has in place a driver's licensing center and now planning to establish a degree program in School of Transportation and Proficiency Center.
We contribute our own quota to make the traffic system around this vicinity to be more efficient and to be well managed. But for the School of Transportation, we are done with the courses and also the quality of the program that we want to offer.
As the Federal Road Safety marks 34 years of enlightenment, advocacy, consultancy and education, training of drivers to imbibe better road culture remains priority. In Lagos, Lynn Lenake, NTA News.
In the meantime, the devastating effects of the 2022 flood on farmers across the country would have resulted in critical food crisis. But with the quick intervention of President Muhammadu Buhari in deploying agricultural inputs to the affected farmers, the narrative now is abundant yields cultivated by farmers in most parts of the country. Correspondent Ilyasu Yakubu, who visited Kwara State, reports that the affected farmers have since harvested their produce and are now smiling to the bank.
12,000 farmers in 11 local government areas of Kwara State benefited from the federal government's agricultural input intervention. These enabled affected farmers to recultivate the land and replant the swept away farm produce. Our visit to the farms indicates that the farmers have since harvested and the yields have tremendously increased. The farmers who commended President Muhammadu Buhari for the timely intervention, however, appealed for more assistance.
Thank God that they give us fertilizer and some input just to boost our farming activities on the feed. But we thank God that we use the input judiciously and everything is working okay.
So láti fi assist mi pẹ̀lú nǹkan tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí farm so mo dẹ̀ ti
Alhamdulillah bil alamin. So adúpẹ́ ní ọwọ́ federal government.
But the inputs that we realized from the feedback that the farmers gave us, indeed the provision by the federal government is indeed something we are glad about.
As the farmers are very elated because they've had positive impact in their yields as compared to previous harvests, so they've all been smiling to the bank. And
experts are of the view that this timely intervention is critical in giving hope to the hopeless in the society. From Ilorin, Kwara State, Ilyasu Yakubu, NTA News.
So far, so good. Now, let me tickle your memory a bit before we go on our next break. Remember one of those popular songs by Fela? Teacher, don't teach me nonsense. Did I hear you say, what about it? Well, hang in there as correspondent beams the searchlight on unqualified teachers in schools. I tell you, the next part of News Extra is simply a must-watch, especially if you are not hustling at this period. Yes, we have an interesting conversation around how to define hustle.
To the right. Bila, you go to your left. Just gotta do it.
Thank you for the rejections. That taught me to keep striving. Thank you for the long hours. That taught me discipline. Thank you for the knockdowns that taught me to bounce back. And for the unexpected victories that taught me to never give up.
Please welcome Dr. GC.
Thank you for making me who I am.
Hey you! 100 million naira up for grabs with your favorite Indomie noodles in the all-new I Love My Indomie promo. Grab an I Love My Indomie promo pack. Look inside the pack for a unique letter and collect all 14 letters, including the special heart, to form I Love My Indomie. Send a picture of your collection to our WhatsApp number to redeem your instant cash prize of 100,000 naira. So hurry and grab your favorite Indomie noodles now. Offer valid in selected cities only till March 31st, 2022. Indomie noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
ITF, developing the nation's human resource.
Man, get as it be. We dey find work, but sometimes even the package, no gree package, it dey frustrate. But with Trophy Lager beer and your honorables we go help you package, everything fit balance. Even when everything no gree balance, your honorables go still stand by you. Whether na night or day, no matter the condition, your honorables go still stand by you. So that when the package don't finally set, everybody safe go gree. But no forget your honorables, the ones we stand by you. Now them must stay when you won't lick mouth. Because now who stand by you be your honorable.
Judges of Nigerian Idol Season 7 are ready. The stage is set, and now it's time for you to impress.
Nigerian Idol Season 7, showing every Sunday on Africa Magic Urban and Family. Proudly sponsored by Biggie Drinks, Nigeria's favorite, and Binance. Exchange the world.
Coming off a tough road victory, the Reds will face another relegation-threatened team, this time at Anfield. This Saturday, it's Liverpool versus Norwich City on the Premier League Live, showing on the network service of the NTA from 3:30 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Baba Ijebu and powered by Integral.
Welcome back. You can follow this news broadcast live on our website, nta.ng/live, and on YouTube channel, NTA News Online. You can also visit our Twitter handle at NTA News Now, our Facebook page, NTA Network News, and Instagram, NTA Network, for updates. In 2019, the federal government declared that there will be no room for unregistered or unqualified teachers in both public and private schools in Nigeria. 2 years after this pronouncement, what is the situation? Olayinka Ojo has been asking questions.
The deadline was given by the National Council on Education, which is the highest decision-making body on education in Nigeria, that all teachers must be qualified, registered and licensed by the end of 2019.
Anybody who does not acquire and is not certified as a teacher will be migrated from our classroom. They will find job elsewhere.
This deadline is one of the reasons why this huge number of teachers want to be certified to stay in class.
I don't want to be thrown out of the class. Now as I came for the exam. As a teacher, you have to be very vast in knowledge.
The enforcement and monitoring for compliance commenced in February 2020. The outbreak of COVID-19 put a temporary break on the process. In Nigeria, statistics indicate that 83%